Alright my peeps, I'm here with part 2 of the prediction game video of John Cena versus Mark Henry for the WWE Championship at Money in the Bank. In this video I'll go into more detail as to why I think John Cena is going to win this matchup. Although I would like to note, I would like to say that although I did pick John Cena, and I will go into detail, give you guys some reasons if I can't think of any, which I'm pretty sure I can. I do think that Mark Henry has a very good chance at winning the championship, as well as John Cena has the chance of retaining the title. I would almost say this, to me, this is almost like a 50-50 situation. And the only reason for that is because of Mark Henry's past history with world title matches, and I'll talk about that in just a few moments. But before that, I'll actually talk about the reasons why I think John Cena will retain. For one, the most obvious reason, the reason I talk about and I go over pretty much every single prediction game video I do, and that's the whole momentum reason. Whenever somebody gets the momentum going into a pay-per-view, the last Raw before the pay-per-view or SmackDown, mostly Raw, whoever gets the momentum on Raw, the Raw before the pay-per-view, he usually loses the matchup. And as you saw on Raw, Mark Henry got the better of John Cena. He hit him with a World's Strongest Slam. You had John Cena even trying to pick up Mark Henry for the Attitude Adjustment, but failing to do so, and Mark Henry fell on top of John Cena, followed by, of course, the World's Strongest Slam to John Cena. So going into it, Mark Henry has the advantage, which, if you go by, past pay-per-view matches and such, like I said, the majority of the time, whoever has the momentum going into the pay-per-view ends up losing the matchup. But that is, of course, not always the case. And sometimes, whoever has the momentum ends up winning. Whoever is the obvious choice ends up winning. But I find that, for the most part, for championship matches, especially championship matches, whoever has the momentum loses the matchup. Anyways, apart from that, going back to Raw as well, they did the whole thing where John Cena tries to pick up Mark Henry for the Attitude Adjustment, thus teasing that John Cena was going to hit him with the Attitude Adjustment, but he couldn't do it on Raw. If you just look back a couple months ago, it was kind of the same situation with Ryback. Although before WrestleMania, Ryback did not try to lift Mark Henry up for the Shell Shock. If you go back to that matchup, to the feud, a lot of people were questioning. Everybody was wondering. The main thing about that matchup, people were thinking, can Ryback lift Mark Henry up for the Shell Shock? That was the big question. And he ended up being able to lift Mark Henry up for the Shell Shock. Although in the matchup, he did lift him up for the Shell Shock, and Mark Henry fell on top of Ryback. So, despite that, after the matchup, after Mark Henry won, Ryback did eventually lift Mark Henry up for the Shell Shock, proving that he can lift him up, and he can lift him up without Mark Henry, falling on top of him. So, this is kind of the same situation, in my opinion, where they're kind of teasing that maybe John Cena, although John Cena has done it in the past, but he hasn't done it in a long time, they're kind of teasing that, questioning, can John Cena lift Mark Henry up for the Attitude Adjustment? At least that's what it looks like to me. And, to me, it's just leading to John Cena actually picking up Mark Henry for the Attitude Adjustment like he's done in the past, and hitting it and winning the matchup possibly with that maneuver. To me, when John Cena tried to hit the Attitude Adjustment, but Mark Henry fell on him, that's when I really started to side with John Cena winning this one. That's when I was really like, I think John Cena has a good chance this Sunday, a really good chance. He already had a good chance, but I think that chance was increased a little bit when he fell to hit the AA on Mark Henry. And also, I know I said this like for Payback, for Extreme Rules, Payback and Extreme Rules. It's the same reason. I feel it's too soon. He just won the championship, so I don't think he's gonna win it. I mean, he's gonna lose it that soon. He's already like a 10 or 11-time champion, WWE champion, and if you lose it this soon, like at this rate, it's gonna be like he's gonna be a 20-time WWE champion or something like that. So I think he's gonna hold on to it for for a good while, or at the very latest, I mean at the very least, he's gonna hold on to it until SummerSlam. I don't think he's gonna lose it before SummerSlam. I don't think he's gonna lose it at SummerSlam, but if he's gonna lose it pretty soon, then I would pick SummerSlam over Money in the Bank. I know it's not that big of a difference. SummerSlam is like right after Money in the Bank, but I don't know. I mean, like I said, I can't see Mark Henry winning it, but at the same time, I have a hard time seeing John Cena losing it this soon. I don't think he's gonna lose it this soon, but at the same time, Mark Henry's right now is getting like this big push, and the whole retirement thing, it was just really, really good, and it brought a lot of attention to Mark Henry. It's a pretty hard match to predict. Out of this match and the World Heavyweight Championship, I've got to say this one is a lot harder to predict in my opinion. And as far as Mark Henry goes, reasons I could see Mark Henry winning this, like I said, past title matches. When he fought Randy for the world title, a lot of us did not expect Mark Henry to win that championship off of Randy, at least not the night he won it from Randy at Night of Champions. I thought maybe if he was gonna win it, off of Randy, it was gonna be maybe at Hell in a Cell, but actually won at Night of Champions, which was a pretty big surprise, and then retained the championship the following pay-per-view, which was Hell in a Cell. So, you know, Mark Henry pulling off surprise title victories, that's not something new. And also, you could also say maybe the ECW title victory was kind of a surprise too, maybe. So, yeah, that is pretty much it for my detailed prediction. Despite this match being hard to predict, I'm going to go with John Cena on this one. Although, like I said, I could see Mark Henry pulling it off. But yeah, I'm going to stick with John Cena winning this one. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And as always, if you did, you can click that like button down below. I'd really appreciate it. And with that said,